Good morning. My name is Josh Ford, and I'm a senior here. And I actually get a really, really cool opportunity to talk about something that, you guys haven't heard about yet. So in addition to all the summers, you get something called the Discovery Fund, which is $8,000 that you can apply to throughout your 4 years. And each of you has $8,000 in an account somewhere that you can apply to and get granted to do things that you want to explore. So you could be studying something and want to go somewhere and meet with someone. You could want to go to a conference. You may want to research something that you worked on the previous summer and continue that. And so the Discovery Fund is, in addition to all these other opportunities, a really fantastic way to get even more experiences, and something that I've been lucky enough to have 3 different Discovery Fund experiences. So my first one was I went to DC and attended the Overseas Security Advisory Conference. And the Overseas Security Advisory Council is a group that I'm a member of, and it's a mixture of public and private people that work together, and we get briefed from the CIA, which is really, really cool, and you just get briefed on all these different things. Every time, I've been there twice now, so I went last year and this year, and you're just surrounded by security officials that are able to tell you anything that's going on in the world in any country that you care about, and countries you don't care about. But really, it's a fantastic opportunity. You're with some really, really cool people. When I went with the Discovery Fund, I got to meet with Hillary Clinton and speak with her. I got to meet with Ambassador Holbrooke. I got to meet with Tom Brokaw. And it was interesting because the summer before, I had done a research paper based off of one of Tom Brokaw's books. And so that was really interesting to sit down with him and to just talk about what I had researched the summer before, which was largely based on some of his previous research. So that was number 1. Number 2, I got to go to Austin, Texas, which is a fantastic city. If you all have the opportunity, make up an opportunity to go there. It's awesome. It's a really, really fantastic town. But I've been very interested in both nonprofits and also cancer research and survivorship. And so I got to go to the Lance Armstrong Foundation, to Livestrong, and I spent a week at Livestrong over winter break last year, just shadowing them, working kind of as an external consultant, giving them advice as an outsider on ways that they can improve their services, ways they can communicate their message better. And for me, it was just a fantastic opportunity to be with one of the best nonprofits out there, one of the most efficient nonprofits that exist. And the first day I walk in, and I was told, "Hey, Josh, come on back. Doug's waiting for you." Doug is, I was calling him Mr. Ullman. He's the CEO of Livestrong. And he had made me a waffle. They have like a really, really cool kitchen. So I walk in like really tense. I'm in a suit. Everybody else is in like jeans and like polo shirts and just like kicking it. And I'm like scared out of my mind. And he goes, "Yeah, I made you this waffle." And so I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is awesome." So for the entire week, I just hung out with the CEO, the head of mission is what they call it, and their CFO, their chief financial officer, and really just got a fantastic look at how a nonprofit works. And it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. I'm still in touch with them. They're really just fantastic contacts for me. You walk in, and on the wall are the 7 jerseys and of Lance's from his tour victories. And it's just kind of it's one of the coolest offices because it has all of his personal art collection, and you have all these really, really famous people who have like given him, like I guess if you went to Tour de France, people would just give you really cool things. So if you're bikers, you may want to try to get really good and get some free artwork. So it was a really, really fantastic opportunity. It's definitely shaped a lot of. I started a nonprofit a couple years ago, and so that has been really helpful. And the week that I spent in Austin has been really crucial to the work that we do. And then the last opportunity just happened a couple months ago. I had the opportunity, I got invited by the president to attend a State of the Union party. And so I got to go up to Washington, D.C. To one of the coolest events. One of the coolest, like, nerdy events. There's cooler events. Super Bowl's cooler, and there's some other cooler events. But I got to go and see the State of the Union and be surrounded by people. I got to, after the State of the Union, I sat down with Arnie Duncan, the Secretary of Education, and we just sat and discussed education and the policies. If you all watch State of the Union, they said a lot of kind of big education things in there. So it was really, really interesting to talk to the guy who's running it and just ask him questions and say, do you think this is really going to work? What about this? What about that? And just really just throw around ideas. And, I mean, you're at the White House, which is really, really cool. And so for me, this Discovery Fund has been a fantastic opportunity to just explore things that I'm really, really passionate about. It's been a really great kind of like icing on the cake for me. And it's something that if you all do receive the scholarship and come here, I highly encourage you guys to take advantage of. You know, for me, I started like 4 years ago. I was a high school senior. I had come out of a small public high school. I had not had a passport. I had never thought that I would do any of the things that I've done with the Morehead-Cain. I've had the opportunity to be on 5 different continents. I've had the opportunity to work at the World Cup and meet people like Prince William, Prince Harry. I've had the opportunity to work at the White House. You know, this stuff, I just never crossed my mind that this is something that was really possible. And so I'm really, really appreciative and would love to talk to you about any of those things. And really just want to welcome you to what has become really my favorite place on earth, Chapel Hill. As cool as Austin is, as cool as Washington, D.C. is, as cool as the World Cup was, there's something that is just unbelievable when you get to Chapel Hill. And for me, being from New York, I had no connections here. I was not a Tar Heel fan. I love sports, but I wasn't a Tar Heel fan. And it's really a fantastic opportunity. And in addition to the scholarship, this university, you will quickly find is it's addicting, it's awesome, and I'm really sad that it's my senior year and I have to leave in a couple months. But I also know that I'm ready, and I'm excited for what's next, and I'm excited to start that next chapter. And I'm sure I will be back very often. And I think it's funny, I saw Tyler Hansbrough last night, and he comes literally it's an all-star break right now for the NBA. And so I said, Tyler, what are you doing here? And he said, quote, I love this place. I'm never leaving. So I think, and really, like, I don't think you ever really leave Chapel Hill. And something that just try to experience as much as you can this weekend. And welcome to Carolina.